always knew we wanted 3 kids, and I'm an OB/GYN nurse, so I have a little bit of a background with that, so I kind of at least had the knowledge to, have prenatal care and take prenatal vitamins and do all of the right things. We were doing our normal routine 18-week sono, and they just couldn't quite identify Reagan's heart the way that we wanted to see it.
When we were sitting in the ultrasound, I always called it a 21-point inspection because they go through and they have to meet all the different criteria as an ultrasound tech, and Mary just said that they have to do that as their job. Well, when she stood up, she said that she had to go get a doctor. And to be honest with you, I think I felt my heart skip a beat. I looked at my wife. It was just kind of a really long, stared right in each other's eyes for a minute, and we knew something was up. At that point, they came in and they said that there was, they couldn't locate all 4 chambers of the heart. And that was when we knew that at that time that there was something wrong.
As parents of 2 other normal, healthy children and no other, significant health problems, it was very, saddening and overwhelming and confusing all at once, because you always want the best, for your unborn child. So it was kind of an overwhelming experience, I think, for the both of us. Hope builds a home. She only had 3 chambers, which therefore he said she would need surgery after she was born, and or a heart transplant in order for her to survive outside of the womb. So therefore we needed to have her grow and be as healthy as she could leading up to, a full-term delivery.
When we arrived at Children's with the transport team, it was just a matter of getting her stable. Basically, it was just a waiting game. Mary was released that evening to come over and join us, and she basically had kind of taken care of herself over there. As she discharged herself that evening a little prematurely, but
baby, yeah.
We wanted to spend as much time as we could. We got an opportunity to walk her down to the OR, and when they said, now you got to hand her over, the staff, if you play sports or you watch that tunnel of players and they introduce the starting lineup, they were lined up at the operating room like that when they walked her into the OR. It was really neat.
I think the most difficult thing was looking at her, and on the outside you knew that there wasn't anything wrong with her. Pictures, describe her, and she was a perfect, healthy little girl, and knowing that on the inside it wasn't fully completed. So that morning when we left her with the cardiac team, knowing that we weren't quite sure how it was going to come out, was the most difficult thing.
It was by far the hardest thing I've ever been through in my life.
It was successful. We spent 20 days at Children's Hospital for recovery. The biggest thing was just normal routine baby care. So gaining weight, feedings, kind of going back to square one, especially because she was only 5'7" and 3 weeks early. But it went very well. She came home and she did extremely well for the next 4 months, knowing that we would have to have a surgery again. And so she went in November of 2012.
November 13th of 2012, she underwent her second surgery.
Knowing and working in the business, you know the importance of March of Dimes, and we've always donated, but we never knew that it would be going to us.
Without the funding, again, we wouldn't be here today to tell the story of a surviving child.
Knowing that, we did, donate to that, and in return, we used quite a bit of information and knowledge from the March of Dimes.
I look at her every day and it's hard to believe that on the outside she does not look like there's any issues, but in the inside we know that there's a constant, somewhat fear. And I think at that point there's days where you can just look at her and and Dad can get sappy. However, at the same time, I'm utterly in love with her just as much as I am my other 2 children.
I think her name says it all. It's Reagan Hope. Hope is her middle name, and we knew it fit her well. We never lost hope in each other and in her, kept fighting, and she truly is a miracle.